Hello guys, and today we are going to be doing part 2 of how to 3D model a Toyota Prius 2009. So without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any video on my channel. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So first, open up Blender. Then, what you're going to do is open your file, and you should remember this, and it's pretty cool what we did so far in the last part, but we need to continue. So, turn on the reference images, and let's start. So, we select our plane, which is our car. In edit mode, you can see your car. The only thing is, when you get a front view, you'll see the back bumper because we didn't create the front bumper yet. So, let's fix that. Make sure to switch views constantly when you're editing, just to make sure that things don't get messed up. Because things getting messed up can be disastrous, and we don't want that. So, anyways, I'm gonna start the front bumper, and we can look at a reference image of what a real Toyota Prius looks like, 2009. So, Toyota Prius 2009. And if we look at this, let's make sure I'm still recording. Yeah, still recording. And if you look at this, and you'll see, it's really this one is the 2009. This one right here. Because you can notice, all the other ones don't have that thing on the front like this does. The shape. So yeah, this is a 2009 Toyota Prius. And basically, we can just constantly look at these images to see certain details in what the actual car looks like versus a flat blueprint. So, let's first start over here, and just hit E to extrude, boom, and just grab one of the vertices back a bit, not too much crazily. And you can see, because the blueprint kind of makes it look like just like lines like that. There isn't really lines there like that, so it's not gonna be it's not gonna look exactly like how the blueprint portrays it. Anyways, now just hit extrude on this part, and extrude the headlights shape. Boom, so now we have that for the headlights, except it'll look really weird in 3D view. If we hide our reference images, you can see that just looks so weird. First off, this is just completely flat. We need to bring it out. And second off, the headlights just are not right. Especially, they need to be heavily altered. So actually, undo what you did with the headlights, and then just hit GY a bit on this part, go top view, turn your reference images on. This will be much more accurate and better for you to extrude on with the headlights and stuff. So, I'm shooting a bit further, and you'll see why in a second. And so, oops. So, extrude down there, and keep keep extruding. And because this was low res, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes when lines are blurring and stuff. So you guys, I'm sorry I picked a low res image, but I think it was gonna be the best. I mean, if you guys found one better, good for you guys. That way you can follow the tutorial better without this image, if you found a better one. So now you can see we did that from the top, but now you need to bring all that down. So just G, Z, and try and line it up with the side view a bit. And it actually does not look bad. Just need a bit sharper of a thing here, so I'm just gonna grab this back. And then front view looks pretty accurate. Yeah, this is a main problem I have with this blueprint again. Things don't line up properly. Because top view looks perfect. You go to this view and it like doesn't line up with this part. I think it has to do with just the blueprint making wasn't proper really, or something. Because I've used other blueprints and never had this problem. And I use the exact same blueprint layout that I use, because there's no need to change the blueprint layout really that I use. And as you can see, that just disaligned things. I mean, it looks more like the headlight in my opinion now. So you can keep that vertice there, just grab it back a bit. So yeah, that's the closest we're getting to this blurry image for that part. And so now, if you look back at that image, you can see you extrude it down, right? And then you look at that image, the headlights look better as far as they look like they're. So if we hide reference images first off, you can see the headlights lines and all that. And in the image, it kind of looks close to what the image has. And then you have the hood line stuff. So it looks close enough to be a Toyota Prius. And so, yeah. So now we need to continue from bumper. But if we look at side view just to make sure things are good, they are. And so, we just, yeah. So, and now, we just need to go to front view and make our references visible again. Well, let's just look at something. Now, anyways, if we make our references visible again, now we just need to start modeling again, and you can see there's slight space between the holes in the hood and the headlights. So, unlike on this blueprint, just hit E to extrude, and then hit E to extrude again. It can get a bit confusing with the back bumper vertices, but we're doing our best. So anyway, now we can just loop cut this by twice, I guess, and then just grab this bit, and then let's look back at the image. We should look at these images constantly just to make sure we're doing close enough proportions to the actual car, because it can get really weird and then you see it looks nothing like the car at all. I've done that with like other Lowpoly cars I modeled. It'll look kind of like the car, and then I just put my own style on it just so it doesn't look like exactly like the other car. I mean, you can do really whatever you want with it, but we need to constantly look at these reference images to make sure we're not missing on anything or any details. So, in the reference, hold on, we just extrude this, okay, right here, and then we'll just Control R2 to make a loop cut. If you go here, you can see that these are particularly shaped holes. They're not just squares. And so, if we go here to make that, first off, we just need to select these vertices and kind of wrap them up. But we want to kind of make it in the shape of the holes, though. Not anything like weirder. And then we can, I think, just fill these in. So if we hit F, and then we go to 3D view. I don't think that looks good, honestly, because, yeah, it's not good for topology or really anything. So, just basically go to side view and enable references just to see. And you can actually see that we need to drag this out much more, this part in the middle. So, just do that. Make it more shaped like the car. That's why we should have, like we did, added those loop cuts earlier. And so, now we can just delete these vertices. Go back to front view. And then make these holes so they shouldn't be huge or anything like that. So you can just fill in these. Really just extrude and snap these in and okay, so now we just need to join these other vertices. Together like that. And then we can fill these in as a face, and so it's proper to the topology, and it makes more sense. And then we can fill in the gap between this and the headlights, and that, whatever, and just make it make more sense. And there, you can see that we disable references. You can see that looks much better than before, and you can see on the mirror side how it looks. It actually doesn't look bad. It looks kind of accurate. And now if we select these faces, go to face select mode, inset, I to inset, and then E to extrude and go on the y-axis, and then just scale it down. And you can see that kind of looks really weird. So actually what we should do, inset that, bit smaller, go back to the reference images, or image, and you can see that it's a wide hole. It's pretty wide, so we can scale it on here. And we just hide these reference images. Just scale it on here, and then just hit E and only slightly extrude it, but extrude it in the y-axis. When you do extrude, and just make it these little things, holes. Now we need to kind of fill in the headlights because they need to just be filled in. So just basically fill them in like this. Oops, like this. So like that. But actually no, hold on. So just extruding that vertice, then basically taking that and putting a loop cut to try and put stuff in between the headlights so that oops, why am I knife? So that it looks more proper for topology. And again, make sure to like on this video so I can do a topology video, because you guys may not know what that means. And in simplest form, it just means that the way your vertices and stuff are oriented. That's the simplest explanation I can give you. But just extrude these vertices like that, and then whoop, a triangle. It happens sometimes, but anyways, get this over with, and actually, I think we will just have 2 smaller triangles. So hold on. And so, oops, don't delete the vertices, delete the edge. And then basically, what you want to do, Control R, there, go to Vertex Selection mode, and then you can start filling. You can kind of fill it in from here, so just hit E, extrude, and E to extrude right here. You can see that looks much more topology-like, something that would be for good topology. And so, have all these polygons here, and yep, you have all this stuff, and so you just want to fill it in, and then we'll do some editing to make it look visually better, stuff like that, and then we can start to fill these triangles in right here. And now what you want to do is just fill it all in. And you should put a loop cut here. And now you can just slide the vertice and shift select these and just fill all these faces in. And so, make another loop cut on this edge, and then just fill it in. Oops, not G, F to fill, by the way. So, now, you can see the vertices are sometimes going inwards and stuff. We just want to bring them out to a point where it looks normal. So, basically, just make sure it looks okay. But it should look good. More than okay. At least, I'm sure you guys put your effort into it, though. But, just make it look good. And you can see, headlights actually don't look bad at all. So, we can continue on. I mean, they do have that polygon look, but, I mean, it's a low poly car. So, anyway, let's just bring out these vertices right here, because you can see that these are kind of inwards, or were kind of inwards until we brought them out. And so, there's the headlights, and you can see that actually doesn't look wrong compared to the actual image. If you look at the actual image, that looks pretty similar. It's not exactly, but it's very similar. That's good. We don't want to close the tab, we just want to minimize it. So, we need to continue the front bumper. So, make your references visible again. And you can see in the blueprint, because the way they made the blueprint, it's also off, because you can see that the holes are below this, even though in the image they're not below that, they're just next to it. And I mean, you can bring them down if you want to, or scale them down. I'm just gonna scale it on the Z a bit, but I'm not doing anything crazy. But, anyways, these holes or whatever, the blueprint portrays them pretty inaccurately. I mean, you can kind of see in the image that it doesn't cross over at all for one. And I mean, it's kind of under it, so I mean, I was kind of wrong, but again, not really, because if you look at it, well, blueprint doesn't really look like. I mean, maybe it's just me being weird. I mean, this does look a bit weird if you ask me. So, and you can delete it if you want. That's what I'm gonna do, and then basically, I'm just gonna delete these faces, not the whole Blender file or anything. Just the faces to redo it. So, just delete these faces, and fill them in again. So, let's make a loop cut there so that we can. Oh God. And then just fill these in. And then, so, now you can see it looks fine, yes, but it also kind of would have to drag these down, and that just make the whole thing look weird. Sorry, guys. Anyways, so you can see this, and it does not look right. So, just gonna undo that real quick. And basically, let's just basically kind of redo this. So, edge select mode, you can edge slide this down, I guess. Make sure it still looks accurate. And then, go back to Vertex Selection mode. And then just fill those in. You can see it could use a bit more edge sliding on this edge. Because, hold on. You fill these in, you can see it's like that. And realistically, though, we can grab this one up. And I would rather not. I'd rather edge slide this down a bit more. And then I'm just gonna, oops, not that. Then I'm just gonna add another loop cut just to kind of take its place. And then just fill these in. And you can see it still looks tilted, kind of. And it doesn't look that bad at all, actually. So, you can just grab that down and then grab this one down to match up with it. And you can see that doesn't look bad at all. And the thing about the Toyota Prius 2009 is that it has this, weird thing in the front bumper. Alright guys, hello guys, and today this is another part of the part 2. Basically what I did is deleted the rest of the front bumper besides this part right here. The reason why is because in this video we're gonna go for the more simplistic look of the Toyota Prius, because hold on, let me just try and restore. Okay, can I do that again? Okay, no. So, anyways, Toyota Prius 2009. You'll see this. You go to images. You'll see that it has these simplistic bumpers, and only one of them is this. So that means the blueprint that we're using could be lying to us and saying it's 2009, even though it's 2010 or something. Or 2011. So we're just gonna go for the more simplistic look of it today. We're still gonna keep these headlights. We are just gonna go for a simplistic grille instead. So yeah, we already modeled the headlights in this part, so let's just continue on. So basically, we're just gonna go into this view and turn on our reference images. And what we're gonna do is literally just kind of basically extrude down. So we're gonna give it a simplistic look, not anything crazy. And we technically already have the look we're looking for. But I'm just gonna extrude this down and then extrude it all the way down. And see how that looks. And that may not look too good right now, but we can make it look much better. So sorry about my mic. It keeps even if you guys can't hear it, it keeps tilting over. It really sucks. And my mic doesn't suck. It's the fact that it tilts over and that sucks. But anyways, so yeah, we can make this look better. You can definitely make this look better. I mean, if you look at the reference images, you can see like this can look better. So what we're gonna do is select. So if we go here, select this, and then go side view, maybe bring it out a bit, and we can put our a little bit. Oh, come on, Mike. We can put a little bit of our own twist on it, because after all, we're not trying to go exactly for the Toyota Prius. I mean, we're trying to go as close to as possible, but because we chose a simplistic look, we can put our own look. So a bit of our own look, not completely redesign the car, just put a bit of our own look on it. If you guys want to make it look exactly how the thing is, try and find a better blueprint than what I did in this video. I'm pretty sorry about the blueprint I chose. It just is the one that was there. And so yeah. So now we're just gonna hit E, S to extrude and scale down. And I mean, if you go images, doesn't look bad. Okay, that doesn't look that good. Hold on. So what we're gonna do is just grab this, not backwards. You have to give it time because it's been dead for so long. Yeah, you need a different cord. I don't know, Mom does, I think. Anyways, guys, so now we have the Toyota Prius right here. If you go, we can put our own spin on it a bit, but first we're just going to, we're just going to go into Vertex Selection mode and go to X-ray so we can select all of these, and then just extrude them down again. Then bring them out. Then you can also bring these vertices out, but specifically bring out, so you can zoom in a bit more to see better, but specifically bring these ones out, and then you can just add another loop cut and just bring that back, and then you can just bring this, like another loop cut maybe, bring this out, and just see how it looks. You can put your own spin on it, but I recommend you follow what I'm doing, just so that you can like kind of know how to 3D model it, but also put a bit of your own twist. I don't say model the whole car your way, because that's basically just creating your car. I'm saying follow these directions so that it can maybe look a bit better and stuff like that. So we're gonna go to face select mode actually. So we're gonna go into face select right here. Right here. Turn boundaries off. And then E, Y. And then we can look back at the reference images just to see kind of the look it was mainly aiming for. And so once you see that, you can kind of go to the front and, you know, take these lights, like these fog lights maybe or something, and maybe make them a bit bulkier than the actual blueprint shows. You know, maybe just try and put a bit of your spin on it, but don't go crazy. Just kind of try and put a little bit of your taste on it, as far as this front bumper. And then you can also inset this, and then you can just hit E to extrude it back. And you can see how that looks again. We don't really want this to be a race car, so don't go too crazy on that at all. Because we're not looking for a race car here. We're looking for a Toyota Prius. And so, just gotta turn on proportional editing. And, okay, that's way too much. And specifically, just grab this on the Z-axis a bit. And, actually, let's not do that. And so, I'm just gonna grab this on the Z-axis up a bit. So, I just select this and then zoom in. And this is a bit of a tricky view. It may be a bit of a tricky view for you guys, but trust me, it's not hard about that. And you can see kind of looks like a race car, so we want to do the best we can to not make it look like a race car. And because it has a long bumper, you can see. And I mean, you know why, I'm pretty sure. It's just the Prius, it's kind of a long bumper, but now, if you look at the top view in the references, you can see the bumper isn't like what we did to it, like this little thing. We want it just a straight curve. So what we're gonna do is take this edge right here and go all the way down to the top view and just grab that out. But you may need to grab more edges. You actually will need to grab more edges because that's not going to be enough to actually grab these out. So you could just grab these bit front, and it'll look a bit weird because if you turn on references again, we're trying to line it up, and you can see it kind of is misaligned right now. So let's go to this one and grab it, or select all the way down, and then grab it forward. Then take these faces, go to face select mode, take these faces, and turn on X-ray so you can see it, and just grab this forward, and turn off X-ray, I guess, because you don't need it anymore, at least for that part. And then now you can go to Vertex Selection mode, and or Edge Selection mode, and just grab these back a bit. And now you can see it's more so of a curve, but still not quite exactly yet. So again, just gonna select these edges, go to the top, and then boom. Actually, we only need vertex selection mode to do this, so you can select this vertex, or not that vertex, this vertex. Oops, and don't hide it. I accidentally hit it, but just grab it forward to make a curve more. Then do the same for this one. Grab it a bit forward, and so now we kind of need to fix the front bumper and stuff, because it, as you can guess, it looks a bit messy around here. So all you really need to do is take these vertices right here, bring them back, and then boom, you still have our headlight right there. and then our grill right here. And see how we went for a more simplistic look and stuff, and now it looks a bit better. So now I think we can maybe just move on from the front bumper, because this actually looks pretty good, and it's not textured yet. But anyways, now we need to move on to basically to making this attached to the fender and stuff, and this will be pretty easy. So go to edit mode and basically grab these down, and so just hit G, Z, just grab them down, then extrude this down like that, make a loop cut there, then grab this up a bit, and then just select all this, hit F, and that right there is called an N-gon. Now, what that is a 5-sided polygon, and it's called an N-gon, and I believe that's 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. It's an N-gon because, and we don't want N-gons because literally what these do, they make it like stuff not loop cuppable. They kind of like triangles. So what you want to do to avoid that N-gon right there is just hit F. Oh no, hit F between each of these vertices. Oops, between each of these vertices right here. That way, now we can select all of this. Oops, and don't try and fill in all that. Literally, that was a big oopsies. Just fill in these, and there you have avoided this right there. I'm still recording, yes. So, there we go. Now you've joined the bottom part, but now we need to join the other part. So, we've joined this part, but now we need to fill all that in through this fender part. I don't know what happened just now. Anyways, now you can just go to edge selection mode, hit F, and keep pressing F, and up until there, and you can see that definitely worked to fill things in. And so now I'm just gonna grab this a bit, kind of line up the topology a bit better, just like that. That was the main problem with it. And you just hit Alt Z to make sure it's lined up with the image. Which honestly, that looks pretty good. We hide our reference images. I accidentally hid the plane too. Just turn off overlays. You can see this does not look bad. It kinda looks a bit janky because the fenders are kind of wide here. So that's something we're gonna fix. Because we don't want a wide body. We don't want a wide body Toyota Prius. We just want a Toyota Prius. So let's do that. Turn on overlays, and then take this fender thing or whatever, and take that whole part, and then just grab it in. Try and grab that in, and just try to line up the reference images, because you can see the reference image has it just there. And that's what makes it look much better. You can see now it doesn't look like a wide body Prius, it just looks like a Prius. And it doesn't affect the overall shape of this. Like, it may look like a bit of a tilt, but it's nothing crazy. And if anything, what we need to do, make sure to save your blender file, is take the back and push it back. So we go to edit mode, and oops, I accidentally pressed the Windows button. Oh crap, what am I doing? Okay, so anyways, turn it back. But anyways, so now you can take this fender right here, and then go to front view, kind of just grab it, and you can see that it just aligns a bit of other topology and stuff. Especially the top view, you can see it kind of misaligns with the top view. Right there. But you don't need to actually move all of this. Just go to side view, take this, go to top view, grab that on the x-axis. And you kind of have your problem a bit fixed, but you still also, this stuff wants to be grabbed as well. So we're literally just going to go into face select mode again. And take this and kind of misalign it with the top view. But again, this is kind of the blueprint's fault, because the blueprint it's not lined up properly. Like, it doesn't line up that properly. So let's just grab this back a bit, I guess. And misaligns with the top a bit. But actually what you can do is grab a lot of these faces. So like that, and then grab back. But you also would still need to go to side view and select this. Then go to top view again. Misalign it a bit, because honestly it's okay to miss a bit misaligned. You can see this link, this makes it look really weird, kind of. So, because we're trying to get it to look straight, not like a wide body Toyota Prius, just like a good, cool Toyota Prius. That's the usual Toyota Prius. We're not trying to get wide body or anything like that. We're not trying to make car parts or anything. So just grab it back, and honestly, looks pretty good. At least from that view. If you look here, it kind of messed it up. But honestly, it doesn't look it doesn't look as tilted as it did, I'd say. But you know what? We didn't really exactly need to do all that, because literally you don't need to misalign it, because we can just delete this for now. Just delete faces for now. And let's work on the back a bit. So literally we went to the back view. You can see it doesn't exactly line up with the headlight, the taillights and stuff. And again, this is part of the problem. It's this blueprint. You can kind of say it's my fault also, but it's mostly the blueprint, because it doesn't line up properly. Like, if I move something on the top view to make it look right, the proportions aren't really right on the blueprint. And also, part of that, if they made this blueprint a bit higher res, it could have looked a bit better. And maybe the resolution doesn't really have to do with the lining up, but I don't know, this blueprint just isn't exactly that good. You can say top view, you can rely on the top view pretty well, but honestly, we don't want the wide body, and we don't need the wide body either, because, well, we don't need that. And enough of me talking, let's just get to the modeling, more so the modeling. So fill these in, I guess. And so, a triangle appears. Boop, boop. That's not good. So, that's a sign you may not want to fill in that way, because we already have pretty good topology. And I mean, you can make a loop cut here, but like, it can make it look a bit weird, especially like that would just look a bit weird. We'd have to make it here, but that would just make it look a bit weird, because look, we line it, if we line it up here and here, hit F, and then just keep hitting F, it makes it look a bit weird. Like, that looks a bit strange than the just clear topology we had. So we're not going to fill in exactly that way. Instead, what we're going to do is just select all around this, and then hit F. And that will do for now, as far as that. And so, yeah. Now, as far as this back thing's concerned, I think we might have to align it more with the front and less with the top now. So, Just gonna take all of this and just bring it all back. And that heavily misaligns with the top, but we can only do so much lining up and misalignment with this blueprint. And you can only line it up so much. So what I did is basically move this back, and that actually distorts the proportions a bit, because now we have this weird thing. And I mean, you can just take all this and move it backwards. Except not exactly that way. We actually should take these and that actually doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. But it doesn't look the best it can. And again, it's misaligning with the top. And it just, I'm sorry guys, if you guys can find a better blueprint for the 2009 Supra, or not Supra, for the 2009 Prius, please use that one, because it'll make you go through much less trouble, and it'll be better. But if you guys just found this blueprint, well, I'm sorry. You can search Toyota Prius blueprint and you might find something better. Let's just see what that gives us. We look to Toyota Prius 2009 and then blueprint. You can find some better images like this one. Now, it may not be that high res, but already that looks like something better than what than these guys gave us. Now this is less resolution, but at the same time it looks better. You can also go for this one, which again is 400 by something. I mean, you can click on the thing and just see, and you can look at this and stuff and just see, open image in your tab maybe, and you can see it's not the most res, but it's better than what they gave us, what the other blueprint is. And so I'm just saying, please use another one if you can. It'll make you go through much less trouble, and believe me when I say that. So now we don't have this wide body Supra issue, or not Supra, Prius. I keep saying Supra. I'm sorry. I like this Supra too, but anyways, we're not doing that. Let's get the taillights going. So you can take these and extrude them. Snap them right here. At least I think so, because if we look back, at least, so you can fill these in, basically, just fill them in, I guess. And if they misalign a bit, just try and, oh god, what's that? Okay guys, maybe don't fill in that way. I think what you may want to do is just take these three, go to back view, hit E, and snap it here for now. And just see, yeah, that's not really good, so don't do that. How about we just, I don't know, do something else as far as these, because let's see, you can see, because if you look on the spoiler, it looks okay, but let's see how bad this is exactly, because right now, because I'm doing the vertices and stuff, it may actually be better because I'm doing vertices. So Then I think we can fill it in. So like if we went to edge select, it works. So yeah, you just have to do it with vertices, not the edges. And so now, oh, I know why that was happening. So I was grabbing a different face. Okay, so now you guys can just fill this in. Fill these in like so. Now you may want to add some loop cuts because that'll help heavily. I mean, it's just a straight line, literally. So just gonna add Control R4, maybe. Hit Alt Z to go to X-ray mode, so that you can box select all these vertices, and maybe just grab this back a bit. You know, just just grab this back. So yeah, just grab these and yeah. So you see you have this, and then we can start to fill in the tail lights. So you can just do that. And that fills in the tail light. You can go to back view and look. So yeah, actually, that's pretty good. I mean, it doesn't really have any topology in it, however. We can fix that a bit later, but right now we're just going through trying to get some basics of the car done. So go to edge select mode, and first off we're just gonna add a loop cut right here to line up with the blueprint, and hit E, and just snap it there. Except what we're gonna do now is grab these. So yeah, we just grab them out. So yeah. And try and line it up with the door handle. And what we can do to make this a bit easier for now is just hit S, Y, 0 to make it a straight line. And then you can just hit a GZ to kind of grab it down to line up with the windows. But then, now we can kind of just GZ and then just hit GY to kind of line up a bit more. And then again, we can extrude these by doing E. Boom, I believe. Oops. We didn't extrude all of them. We have to extrude this one too. So, just extrude all these. And then boom, like that. And take these. And then just hit GZ. And then just hit GZ. And hit GY also to kind of just grab these forward. And then I just had 2 loop cuts in the doors just for extra topology in case we need it sometime. Just checking if we need it, which it doesn't look like we do right now. I mean, yeah. So, just look at the model, you know, without overlays, and just see how it looks. Honestly, I think this looks pretty cool right now. It's not done, that's for sure, but it does look pretty cool right now. And on top of that, when we're almost done with the model, for the modeling part, not the texturing, but when we're done with the model, then we can shade it smooth, and then I'll teach you guys about making sharp edges. Anyways, go back and turn on overlays again. Go to side view, and then just start snapping these vertices together. So yeah, just start snapping these, and don't snap all of them, just snap those bottom two, and then we can extrude this, and then you can extrude it again, except, so hold up, extrude it this way. So okay, so really, I know why. So now you can just kind of fill these in, or just snap them. I would just fill them in so that I don't misalign the door geometry and stuff. And so right now, I don't think we have any end gods in this model, and we might have like a couple of triangles. So yeah. And then this, you just want to line it up with the window. And then, you just want to hit E, and just, I guess, snap it there. And then, boom, and then, woo, a triangle. That's not good. So what we can do is make a loop cut right there. Then, what we can do, basically hit F, and, or we could just hit G and snap it. But even then, triangle will still be there. And it's okay that a couple triangles are there, because sometimes it's really just unavoidable, or hard to avoid. So it's okay if it happens sometimes, because it does happen sometimes. So anyways, I think we can hit F with this and that, and then we hit F again, just go to Vertex Selection mode. You can see it grabs that vertex, so you don't want to hit F again. Instead, you want to just hit E, extrude that, and then hit E, and then just try and snap it there maybe, and then just grab this, and then actually just G, snap, grab it to snap it, grab it to snap it, and so you just hit G, snap it, and then you can just make a loop cut there, and then snap that vertex to this one, and then you can just hit F between these, and hit F between these, and hit F between these, and then just F, and then just hit F, and boom, we have that basically. So if we were to turn off overlays, it looks pretty nice. However, if we turn on overlays again, you can see for some reason there's these dark shading. I don't know why there was, oh. The reason why there was some dark shading there is because if you look at the top view, you can see that the windows clearly don't line up with the car. So we just want to fix that. So turn on our references and just hit G, X, and make sure on side view that you're not selecting extra vertices like this. And then just select these. And you just select these also, and make sure you don't select any other vertices that aren't meant to be selected. And then you can see over here it's kind of funky with this stuff. Just want to grab it out. And then you can see that's really funky now. And so you just want to stop X-ray mode, just disable that again by hitting Alt Z, and just hit G, grab this out, and then also just Control R, you can Control R like that, and then just G and snap this vertice. And again another triangle, but it happens. And we're not the triangle isn't messing us up badly or anything right now, so that's another reason why we don't need to worry about the triangles too much in this model. They're still a bit important as far as like you shouldn't have them, but you don't need to worry about them so much. So yeah, just grab these, and then what you want to do, just take this and grab this back, and then take this, and then there, and then you just want to grab everything to try and align it. So I mean, again, you can turn off overlays and see how it looks. Honestly, right now it looks pretty nice. And we can just turn on matte cap and turn on this lighting just to see our faces. Looks pretty pristine. Doesn't exactly line up perfectly here though. So let's try and fix that real quick. So yeah, you can see we might have to grab out the fenders, but it's not going to be a wide body thing or anything like that. So just grab it out a bit, see how that looks. Makes it look a tiny bit like wide body, but even then it just actually looks like a regular fender now, other than before it looked like a freaking wide body car that was trying to, a Toyota Prius that was trying to be a sports car. That's what it looked like. But you're just gonna grab some vertices, get this one back here, and yeah, and so we're just gonna grab all of these and just try and align stuff properly, and then just grab this, and then just try to keep grabbing from there, and then you can just grab, and then just grab, and just keep grabbing, and try and make sure it lines up properly to everything else. And now we just need to grab the inner fender, try to bring that out a bit. But again, nothing crazy, no wide body, no car customization going on here. Just simple stuff. And yeah. And there basically is still a bit of a problem. But for now, it looks like we're okay. Take these 3 vertices, maybe just grab them back. It looks okay as far as this little mess that we have. Again, I'm just gonna grab some of these and just hit SY0. Try and just line it up. Or try and just get it a straight line for now. And then, yeah, so a bit messy with this stuff here, but honestly, that's okay. It's not a huge deal. I mean, you still want to try and fix it as much as you can. But it's not like detrimental to our model or anything. So just grab this and just take this and yeah. Now you can turn off overlays, and honestly, this looks pretty freaking cool. And this is what you guys have done with just watching my tutorial. So really, this is about the model being finished. Like, the model is just about finished. So by the way, I'm just gonna delete this window as well as the headlights, or the taillights for now. Not the headlights though. But anyways, guys, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it actually helped you. We'll work on shading smooth and stuff in the next tutorial. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. So yeah.